Yosemite. This is one of the big trees here. We just got out of the parking lot. You can see it's a big one. Big mama. I don't think you could climb this one, Roy. Up, up, up. A little more yet. There's got to be a top someplace. Up, 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 up. And them bushes you could climb, Roy. Oh, there's the top coming, I think. There's the top, Roy. Look at that. There's a little hummingbird up there in the bush. Can you see it? Okay, here we go. We'll slide down. Ellie, she's looking in the bear cave in this big tree. There it is. That's the hole. Bear comes out every night and sleeps in there. Okay. She's sneaking through the big old tree. This is the big one here. Well, there's where Ellie checked the tree out a minute ago. Through the old hole there. That's a big old tree. This is a giant tree here. You'll see all the horses on top and all the horses on the bottom. And there's the roots. There's another guy up there. So go there. Well, this is on the billboard or on the sign. This is the big tree we just took a picture of.
How do I know now whether it's just swimming or not?
This is the root system. They're very shallow. Actually, you can see this sucker's a mile long. Make a lot of toothpicks. There she is. Just a quick run here. We're looking over the inside of a tree trunk, and the unique thing about this is right there in the roots, this thing has got about a 500-pound rock hanging. Looks kind of dangerous. More old giant redwoods. There's 4 of them in here. Big babies. Oh man. How many houses could we build from all this wood? I don't even know where the top is. Oh man, there it is. Yeah, here we got another big tree. Well, let's see what we can do here, Roy. Where's Tabby at, Roy? Okay, here we go. This old tree here had some burned stuff in it years ago. Right there, she got all burned out in the middle. But yet, it must be a strong feller, 'cause it's still living. Let me show you. We'll go up this rascal here. There's the burn spot. It's trying to heal, but it's slow. Then up here in the top, you can see that old rascal still living. Nice and green, real tall. What's that in the middle there, up there on top? Is that a bird? No, dang it, I thought we had a bird. Okay, this is that same tree we just took a picture a minute ago. And it's what they call the grizzly giant. That means a mean old bear tree, I think. Yeah, let's see what that sign. No play, please play, stay out of the, oh, you can't run in there.
The roots are only 4 to 6 feet deep, Roger.
Sei vicino al bonsai.
Okay, here we have a real tree house, Roy. Tabby, take a look at that big devil there. There is the house in the tree. Now let's see there. See, there's the tree. People walking out of the house. There goes the old grandma. More people here are German than anybody else, I think. Man, everybody's speaking a lot of Italianos. But anyway, this is a living tree house. See if I can back up here and find it. There, okay, there it is. There you can kind of see the trunk going up through the other trees. Getting closer now. And there is the top. Right there in the middle. You see the little sky there? I think I see a squirrel. I better check. No, it's just a wood tick. See it on the branch there? You see the little guy? You don't see it? Okay. Here we go down. Yeah, kapunk. Okay, here we have a whole bunch of people in the treehouse. And you can see where they took the chainsaw there and they cut out an opening. What?
Did you get me coming out?
No.
How come?
All them people were coming out. Now she's gonna go try it again. She just didn't believe me, so I guess she's gonna make sure she gets in and out of the tree house. What? There she comes again. This is the 10th time she's walked in and out of.
You told me you didn't have me yet.
This is the old shuttle truck. Took us down. It's a semi-tractor and trailer. U.S. Forestry Service. Pretty dang snazzy. Good boat trailer. Little baby deer. Mother and her little babies. Look at that. You got some horns on it. Right out there in the road. Little teeny one. And here we are again. They're real close. Real tame little fella. Looking for something to eat. Cute little devils. Where'd he go? There they are. Gonna walk across the road and get hurt. Here we are. Checking around. This is what they call the rock. You little rascal to climb. Lots of nice valleys, peaks. Pretty impressive. Here we are, waterfalls, way down here. It's beautiful all through here. Way down in the valley.
There's another waterfall over there. Look on. Come in.
Yep. I just found the waterfall somewhere here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there he is.
You see it?
Yep. Okay, they call this Glacier Point. And the reason being, all of this valley here, let me see if I can show you a little bit. All of this here, one time, all the ice coming down through this valley, including half-dome rock. Cut all of these rocks, or cut this valley out. Well, let me move over here. Now this is, I understand it, half-dome rock. Now I don't know this for sure, but that's what I'm hearing. This is where that guy that was disabled. Now I don't know if this is the one he climbed or not. But we'll do some more checking here and find out for you. Now, all glacier come all down through here. Cut all of these different valleys. Looks pretty good. Yeah, this is from the other, down the road a little bit. That's what they call half dome, yeah. We were just looking at the thing here. And I kind of thought this is what that fellow that was paralyzed climbed. But I'm being told it's not, so I don't know. Roy, I got a picture for you here.
Hey, Jeremy.
See the little guy laying on a rock here?
I'm gonna get it.
He's just laying there eating.
Okay.
There you go.
Can I have,
Maybe he's gonna run.
twin pics? Okay, can I have a picture then?
Yeah. We're at Glacier Point here, looking down into Yosemite Valley. And I mean, it's way down there. As you can see, there's a river. I suppose that's what's left of the glacier.
How did you walk up? 4 Mile Trail? Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can take down the panorama trail. And what is it lately? It drops you down down on the valley floor, so you can then shuttle.
Down in all them trees way down there, you can see campgrounds.
What you do is the bus will take you over to
Everybody's set up for the weekend. We're probably not going to be able to find a campground. All these mountains.
walk across the bridge and just head down the valley floor that way.
Other side of Half Dome again.
That might be a mile altogether.
Okay, yeah.
Straight down in this valley is where we're going in a minute
The driver
here.
will tell you.
It's a beautiful one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you'll need a bit of water.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. You drop down to Illinois Creek and you come up a mile.
Yep.
Down along the panorama cliffs at Clark Point, which is like a mile, maybe a mile and a half at the most. You can pick up a trail that drops down to Emerald Pool, and that's the top of Vernal Falls. And you can take the mist trail alongside the Vernal Falls down.
Okay, that doesn't repeat it. I go panorama trail down, and then I go to the falls.
You go to the river and go look at the falls,
Go back.
back trail down
Then you're okay. Then you're
to Clark Point, and then you can drop down to Emerald Pool and go down alongside the Vernal Falls on the mist trail.
Okay, thanks.
What you're doing is avoiding going down the trail alongside Nevada Falls because it's very, very steep. And
See him in there, Roy? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you think I don't see them little animals, but I see them. See him eating? He's got a little cave in there. Let me go back in there and see if he's still there. Oh, look at here. stopped along the road here real quick. I think we have the mountain now where this fella climbed up it. That was paralyzed. And right there he is. See him right in the middle there, a little black spot there? Okay, we're looking at another one on the other side of the road. I mean, it's up there, way up there. Here we are, we're setting at ground level, and this is the mountain here that this old boy climbed, that he was a paraplegic. I mean, it's nothing but sheer cliffs. Sheer stone wall. Up he goes. To the top. There's the top. There's some more yet. Yeah, we stopped here for a few minutes. We just left campground. It's Wednesday. I don't know what date it is. The 23rd. Let me do a little change in her while I'm playing. To get a change. Anyway, this is a big river, the Stansalot, I think she said. I don't know if that sounds right or not. Anyway, let me move in front of the car and take a peek at that big bridge there. Okay, now we're taking a look at this bridge. And the reason I'm looking at it, I'll show you in a minute here. This looks like the one we've seen in Italy. Only we're more level with this one. Let me move over here, and here's the reason. There you see how high the bridge is there. Now look right in the middle of the camera. You see the water line, where the water actually, the dam should be? Now let me get that over here by the bridge again. Now look at how close that comes to the bottom of the bridge. That bridge, when this dam is full, is only about 10 or 15 foot from the water. For some reason, that just amazes me. A little bit of water in it. And it looks like there's a launching pad thing over there. Might be what that is. Goes right down to the water's edge, so I guess you could launch into that. Anyway, we spent the night up here by Sonora, and we're heading to some caves right now. Moaning Cave is one of them, and the other one is Mercer Cave. So we'll see you in a little bit. There's my bridge. Catch you later.
We're
go down to the cave and warm up some of the stairs we go down. They're kind of steep, and there's some moisture and wet spots in different areas. Just be careful as you're heading down.
You're making him nervous. Knock it out.
You look right over here, you see this plaque made of limestone. This plaque was dedicated to Mr. Mercer by his family. And if you read that plaque, you see the cave was discovered September 1st, 1885 by Walter J. Mercer. Right over here, you'll see some wood on the wall.
Okay, we're inside the caves. Kind of dark.
It's 55 degrees here from now. Our cave was what's called the fracture cave. This cave was formed by a series of earthquakes. Those earthquakes occurred between 2.5 and 3 million years ago. You look right here, this is what's called the fault wall. Because during those earthquakes, this is the wall that held. We go to our left, see this wall over here, this is the wall that slipped. So one time, this part of the rock right here below us, which once connected to this part right up here. Stay with this part of the rock down here. To right up here. So these were put together at one time before the first occurred. These formations right here are called stalactites. Stalactites are formed when the water seeps to the ground above us. It comes to the ceiling and consists of a mineral called calcite. The water drops in, deposits the mineral. At the end of the formation, calcite again crystallizes and it goes from the ground up. What interests people here come now. The largest of the 10 rooms we're going to today. This room is 220 feet long, starting at this point back here, and going all the way down to this farthest point down here. It's 60 feet wide at the widest point, and 58 feet high at the highest point. And you look right here in my light is now, pointy nose and a pointy chin. That's the cave witch. You can see a little better when the light goes off. The cave witch, also known as the blue witch, is connected to a fairy tale a little bit later on to her. Which means the yokas. Look at this hole right here. It's all dead Indians they have at the time. They would push them down inside, give the dead bodies a little shove, and the Indian bodies come all the way down this little embankment, down past us, where they would stack up on the fault wall behind us. Well, because this was a burial cave, the cave was sacred, no one's allowed to enter. So on September 1st, 1885, Walter J. Mercer was the first to ever see this cave. Mr. Mercer was a gold prospector, and one day he was heading back home to his camp and prospecting some of his hills around us. He was walking over this hillside, he saw the bay trees. Well, none of the bay trees thrive on water. He wished he could find some. Once he got over here, there was no water in the area. He was very hot and very tired, so he decided to get a little bit of a rest. While he was laying by that tree outside, he kind of felt the cool breeze hitting his leg and the grass around him. Well, being kind of curious what it might be coming from, because there's no wind at all that day, started to look around. Right alongside him, he found a hole in the ground about the size of my flashlight lens. Being kind of curious what it might be, stuck his fist down inside, felt the cool breeze hitting him very steadily. A little more curious, threw a few rocks down inside. Hitting the field for quite some time, he became very excited, thinking he might have found an old abandoned gold mine. So he ran back into the town of Murphy's, purchased a shovel, a rope, and a candle, came right back out, dug open his entrance, big enough to squeeze his body through, tied the rope around that tree outside, went in around his waist, and Mr. Mercer slowly came down to the cave. Well, it was very dark in here. Got to right about here, and he lit his candle. And from the dim candlelight, he could barely see all these tree roots above him. Well, time, the tree roots were a lot longer, a lot thicker. Yeah? I'm about halfway done with history. Okay. At the time, the tree roots were a lot longer, a lot thicker. At one time, facing out under the ground, kind of like this one right over here. Well, Mr. Mercer, thinking he's an old abandoned gold mine, but these old decaying timbers. So not very excited, thinking he might find gold the first day in this so-called mine. From right about here, he took one quick step, he rolled down this little hill right here. Rolled all the way back here to where this wall finally stopped him. When he landed back here, he got something break at his feet. Well, his first thought was probably a stick or a twig or something. But with a closer observation, he saw it was a human bone. But at the same time, some rocks, some dirt started to fall at the entrance. And afraid they might get caved in, he quickly grabbed that bone, went back out to the top. The next day, Mr. Mercer came back with 5 of his friends. They gathered up all those bones they could find in the area, took them back out. Those bones later been discovered as 4 yellow-cut Indian adults, 2 yellow-cut Indian children, and they're now on display at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. Well, Mr. Mercer didn't really care about the bones. He was just interested in finding some gold. So he went to another one of his friend's house, Mr. Steveno, who's a geologist. He told Mr. Steveno that he'd come back to the mine meeting and say, we'll go find some gold. Well, of course, Mr. Steveno agreed. They came back the following day, started making their way down to this so-called mine. Mr. Steveno, being a geologist, recognized the texture of the walls and some of these formations. He told Mr. Mercer, I'm sorry, I'm not going to find any gold in here. This is all he found is a cave. Well, you can imagine at the time, Mr. Mercer was quite disappointed, but he didn't waste much time, because 11 days later, he gave his first tour. On the next staircase down here, is going off to your left, and that's a good eating girl under the age of 20. That's a lot of step right there. And right here, this one Mrs. Mercer, namely, all the way around it would vibrate. I think it's kind of a noise.
Won't that break? Won't that break?
No. This rock is pretty sturdy, it's pretty strong. Into this wall again, you see this is a natural color of a cave wall. Kind of a creamy white color. A little bit of sandpaper texture. A few sparkles throughout it. You look down here. This is what we call the cave twins, also known as the cave dwarves. When Mr. Mercer first saw these guys, he saw 2 little eyes, a pudgy nose, and a big bushy beard. On the one alongside of it, he saw those same 2 little eyes, the same pudgy nose, and the big bushy beard. Once he first came into the cave, he saw it was very beautiful, and his first reaction, he wanted to touch everything. When Mr. Steveno told him, if you touch a cave formation, or from your skin leaves behind on it, kind of makes a barrier over it, so if the waters and minerals try to deposit on top of it, they just beat it up and roll right off, leaving the formation dead. So he made a sacrifice. He set the cave twins aside, his touching stones, so the tours that come down, that's the cave twins all they wanted. They got a system on these guys, so they wouldn't be reckoned in other formations. There's also been a law since 1971 that says everybody who touches or damages a cave formation, there's a $500 fine or 6 months of jail, whichever you prefer. You see the cave twins are kind of a brown color. Wolves here on top, they've been touched the most throughout the years. Well, at one time, these cave twins For the same creamy white color and sandpaper texture, this wall back over here. So if you were to come down, touch the casings all you want, take all your aggressions out on these guys, go right ahead. That's what Mr. Mercer had a very wild imagination. Right over here is what he calls old-fashioned meat and produce market. Right here, Mr. Mercer saw a large head of lettuce. Right above it, a small head of cabbage, some broccoli. Hanging from that,
education by myself. I pay for my education totally on my own, and instead of working 3 jobs, instead of working a night job and working a day job and trying to go to school, this is the easiest and the best way to make money.
Did you try any other ways?
I danced in a club for 2 years, and I was working 8 hours a night, 5 days a week.
turkey, stuffed, plucked, and beheaded, with the neck hanging down. Here's a row of chickens ready for the oven. And then all the way over here, we have that perfect carrot. And if you don't want to start with the turkey, here's the head hanging here with the mouth open. And all the way back over here, we have a lonely sweet potato. And back this way, the meat, or in this case, for stalactite, comes all the way down and connects to the ground. This formation is 12.5 feet tall. It's 10 feet in circumference, and one of the oldest formations we have in the cave, a little over 1 million years old. Here behind me, Mr. Mercer passed from the natural air goes to the very bottom of the cave, from a little 5-inch crevice. We're not sure where that 5-inch crevice goes to, where it may come from. We do get a fresh air supply from it, and it keeps the cave a cool 55 degrees year-round. This next staircase here is wooden, so a little more slippery here. Just take your time, be careful as you're heading down.
To the back.
You what?
Wait till the master.
How come you weren't going to the back?
Oh, then I don't get in people's way. I got it running, I just kind of listen to him. I can't see too much sometimes. So. Get him on tape anyway.
Don't you run into batteries when you're having it this on?
No, I haven't heard him.
No, you agreeing with me? Huh?
What's that?
You agree with me? If you had to see one of the 2 cases, would have been the better one to see?
No, this is no.
This one.
This formation right here is the largest. This next staircase here is a little steep. Like before, there's some moisture on the stairs, so be careful as you're going down here.
Go back and take some pictures back.
I got so much here now that ain't gonna want to watch them.
Look at this, Roger. Do you have this here? No. No, you don't.
Angel wing.
A lot harder as are now, because we'll tours by rope. Then climb down and back up by a knotted rope. Tour will take about 5 hours. About an hour and a half climb down to the bottom, and from about 3.5 to 4 for them to come back up. As they came down along through this part here, distinguish where they're going and what they got themselves into. So Mr. Mercer will set his tours back here on these rocks, getting a little bit of a rest. We could then sit on this rock right here, and he played what he called his giant organ loft. To him we saw a giant pipe organ here, with all these draperies. Well, he would tap into these with his gloved fist. He'd play songs for his tours, try to relieve some tension. He could play about 12 to 15 different songs on this. All the time the songs didn't work though, and they were still very nervous, so he told them a fairy tale. He would tell them a fairy tale about Rapunzel. He would say Rapunzel was a very beautiful princess, and one day when she came into the cave witch from the first room saw Rapunzel, and became very jealous for long, beautiful hair. She put a curse on Rapunzel, turned her hair to stone, and locked her up in the cave tower. Well, Rapunzel went for a long time, so one day when a prince came along and said, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, you have funny long hair, I'll climb to save you. When she was so overwhelmed, being the hair was made of stone, she threw it all out the window, and because it was very heavy, she ran along with it. Well, luckily Rapunzel has very strong toes, because she caught herself at the windowsill, where she's still hanging today. If you can see her hanging by the windowsill by her toes. You can see two long skinny legs right here. With two long skinny legs, you can see her lower body, her upper body, the back of her head, and Rapunzel's long, long hair. Well, you can imagine, the witch wasn't very happy, and the prince was trying to save Rapunzel, so she did what she would have done. She turned the prince to a frog. And what's frog a little bit different, but embarrassed, kind of shames the frog. She wants this rock over here, where she sits with his back to us. There's the next staircase here, close with a steep. And about halfway down, there's a little overhang called Headache Stairs. That was a clearing of 16 stories. The cavern was 160 feet. That must be light down here. It takes you all the way down, there's a few rocks in the way. About 60 feet past that blue light, there's that little 5-inch crevice starts. Like I was saying, I'm not sure where that 5-inch crevice goes to, or it may come out. They've tried a few times to figure it out. They've one time tried blowing colored smoke that little crevice. And they say you should peel across the mountainside and place them in different areas to see the smoke could rise anywhere. But as they blow smoke in that little crevice, the air current was so strong, it brought the smoke right back into the cave, or just all what was down in there. So as of now, there's many of those successful ways to figure it out. And but now your guess as good as ours where that crevice might go to, or it may come out. This right here is the Aragonite, which the Mercer won his grand prize for. It's a very rare formation. It's only found in 7 other caves on our continent. Similar to the World's Fair, this is from California. They're very mixed. The Aragonite phosphorite gets its name because it's found in Aragon, Spain. Phosphorite means iron flower. They call this rock here is flower garden. Aragon only formed in 80 or 90 degree temperatures. So one time when the cave was first being formed, there was some volcanic action down here to make those high temperatures. So the water came down from the ceiling, they made a layer of steam across this rock. The combination of that steam and the high temperatures and the mineral calcite, all mixed together, gave us this Aragonite we have right now. It's right now on a stage called dormant, which means it's not formed at the present time, but it's not really dead. You can say it was sleeping, because if ever once again at the same high temperatures and same conditions, it could again start forming. It's kind of a very hard and brittle formation. Although if you hold it in your hand for a long period of time, or if you just breathe on it very heavily, it just kind of crumbles to dust. Back down here, we have the fault wall once again. This is that same wall we started with in the first room. As it goes down to the very bottom of the cave, We're now going to leave the false wall, hit the back side of the staircase. So is there any questions so far before we go back up the other side? Another question? Of course, the timbers were at the other time, home stairs from the platform we just came down from. There's about 5 or 6 people to a tour. They'd all be tied together. There'd be one person tied in front of you, one tied behind you. They'd all be wearing coveralls, gloves, and a hat. All hands sewn from Mrs. Mercer. So they have such a formation, wouldn't wreck any of them. They went down on past these rocks here. Down past this platform was in here at the time. Went all the way down to that 5-inch crevice I was telling you about. Here where they say it was very difficult. You keep your candles lit in this room. It was very windy in here. You look right up here. That's what we call cave lasagna. You see, type of an angel wing. When it was first forming, like I said, it was very windy in here. Then we kind of swirled around it and back and forth across it. Kind of sculpted it. What it has now. The cave lasagna. That's what people are so hungry for that chocolate covered grasshopper from up top. So here's the paddleboard. This is what they had to see within the cave. They'd all be given one of these. It'd be lit once from the beginning of the tour. Kind of on duty to keep it lit throughout the tour. But having to go out, it was kind of too bad because it was almost impossible to try to shelter it from the wind. So they did blow it quite a few times. So it was like to have one of these in the cave, and just what it was like just to see with one of those and how much light you would have. And if there's any other questions, we'll go a little farther. Right here in front of us. Some vision lighting Mr. Mercer had on his tours. Right here is the tour. They were then dipped in kerosene, so they lit. They got a very heavy black cloud of smoke. Well, Mr. Mercer knows very quickly that the torch started to discolor some of the formations. So after about 2.5 weeks, he stopped using it. And then switched to the kerosene lanterns. See right there. This is that paddleboard showed you below. These are 2 sources of light up to 1901, when Mrs. Mercer then put in the first electrical lighting. In this part of the cave, there's another fairy tale. This is the fairy tale of the goose that laid the golden egg. Well, one night, that same goose is flying through the cave. Of course, nighttime is very dark in here, so turn off all the lights. So the goose is flying along this wall here. You don't see where she's going, because it was very dark in here. Flying pretty fast, though, not being kind of careless. We're going pretty fast, we got some pretty good speed. We had one giant loop. Came down, hit this rock, and you can stay stuck there. You can see your large body right here. The goose's white neck and head over here, to the left. And a little wet feet dangling down below her. Well, she was flying pretty fast, when she hit that wall pretty hard. Kind of crushed her, kind of squeezed all the air out of her, and made her drop her golden egg, or landed on that rock right below her. You see the stairs here instead of angel wings. This was what Mrs. Mercer named the bridal's veil. You see it looks kind of draping there. This largest one here is 20,000 years old, and the reason they're so white, it's going to be made of pure calcite. You can see 2 smaller angel wings alongside of it. One here, a smaller one over here. As you go a little farther where I am, if you look right between the 2 little angel wings, you see a little trickle of water run in the middle. Kind of looks like a line. Right along through there. That little trickle of water is another angel wing, starting to form about 20 to 30 years old. You can get a look at those, go a little farther. Then we're going to turn a corner and we're going to see a yellow stair. This yellow stair is a warning, because after that, there's another overhang called Headache Rock, and a spot after that called Fat Man's Misery. So be careful to go up there and try to stay as low as you can. You have a question? They have a watch it glows in the dark, and I just might have the cameras and light on it. Cover it up and turn it off for a few moments.
Yeah, there she goes. She's gonna. Just got out of the cave. They turned the lights out on me down there, and I hit the wrong button, and I turned the goddamn camcorder to VCR, so I couldn't tape the last 5 minutes or so. Anyway, this is campgrounds above the canyon, above the cave here, and we parked here and just had a bite to eat. A lot of the people that we're running with here, they're been to the other cave too, so that's pretty interesting. Just make a quick pan here of what we got. Beautiful cars. We'll catch you later. Okay, by golly, here we are again. We're going across the Sacramento River. We just took a little cruise here, and it's pretty dang neat. There's the river. Here's a young lady that took. This young lady here took us across. So. There's the car. We're heading across the other side now. It's 50 cents to go across, 50 cents to go back. This is the Sacramento River. And we're heading up towards Ronnie and Connie's, and we just happen to, we're driving along the river now, we're just fooling around. This is what they call the Princeton Ferry. You can see right there. Pretty good. Still trucking along. Pretty good. Weather is a little bit windy, but it's really nice right here. Yeah. We're coming in for landing.
Okay,
here we go.
Okay, let me
see if it's still in
He's
there.
tired. Look at him.
Okay, Dinky, Dinky, Dinky.
Don't disappear all the way. Then he'll lose track.
Dinky, Dinky.
Don't disappear too much. Where'd he go? We'll try this again later when he's
Okay.
he's
He's a little bit tired. but
yeah, he's ready to go to
He's doing
sleep.
pretty good.
Okay,
Let me see if he can go
one more.
Dinky, Dinky, Dinky. Okay.
Okay,
Let's see what we
shut it off. Huh? You shut it off?
I don't know. Not yet.
Okay, we're making a new commercial for the KAR appliance repair service. It's called Client's Appliance Repair. The main worker is Roy, and the owner is Roger, and we'll get back to you on this here in just a minute. We got to get into our main washer repair work. Okay, we're about to overhaul this washer. We've diagnosed it, and we found out that the timer and the agitator are bad. So we're going to go ahead and start repairing this one. And we want to show you folks how efficient we are. So just hang in there, and we're going to get started on this in a minute here. Okay, my number one mechanic is going to come up and introduce himself. Come on in, mechanic, and let's see what we got here. Let me turn around. Let me see who you are here. Oh, you got your faithful dog. And go ahead and give me your name there, number one.
Roy,
Roy, how long you been working at this?
30 years.
You've been at this 30 years, Pernerd?
Yeah.
Ever since you was just a young kid, huh?
Yeah.
You're kind of a midget, is what you are, really?
Yeah.
Just a small midget?
Yeah.
Okay, well, by golly, you sure look like you've been doing this a long time. Let me get set up here just a second. Okay, number one, if you go ahead and take that timer out for me now, and we'll show the people how we do that. Okay, go ahead and get started on that. Go ahead and take her on out there if you can. Oh, you got it. Oh, you got it out already. Wow, by golly, you have been doing this a long time. Well, we need to remove that agitator. Could you do that right away? Well, by golly, you're all right, you know. Check the rest of it. How's the rest of it look down inside there? Is that all pretty good?
Pretty cruddy.
Pretty cruddy. We need to clean that up too. We can maybe sandblast that, huh? Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay, we got you. How's everything look there?
Well, number 2, there's a switch that's pretty bad right there.
Okay, well, go ahead and fix that too then right away. We'll get that. Ah, dang it, by golly, you know exactly where to go. Yeah, that's come along real good. Okay, we'll get the new parts and we'll fix this baby. Okay, how are we doing here? You about got her put together?
Yeah, almost done.
Okay, I couldn't quite hear you. What'd you say?
It's done.
It's done. Okay, yeah, it's looking pretty dang good. And there's old Elmer in the background. Have you got your cord and everything there?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and plug her in?
Okay.
By golly, he got her plugged in here. I don't know what's going on here. Let me go over and check this a little bit. Okay, I think we got her running. Well, that noise should actually work out of it, I think, after a while. We've had them do that before. Well, let's see here. Yeah, it's getting better. Roy, it's getting better, by golly. I think it's going to get better. Oh, what the heck's going on here? Hey, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. I've never seen one do this before. Roy, did you get the agitator in backwards again like that last one? Well, by golly, it's washing. I can see that. The clothes is moving around. Oh, look at there. Dang, there's somebody's t-shirt. Wow. Holy mackerel. Oh, man, I don't know. I think we're going to have to do something different, Roy. Stay by the plug-in. We're going to let it run a little bit longer. Go ahead and keep her running. Maybe it'll quit after a little bit. I don't know. Well, it seems to be getting better. Let me check, see if there's any more clothes in this thing. Holy, oh, dang, I got hit. This thing is crazy. I'm glad we didn't put any soap in it. Holy mackerel, we better check this out. Let me check this out here. Yeah, it's starting to make noise again, too. A little bit, not too bad. Okay, Roy, go ahead and unplug that and come out and check that and see why it's throwing them clothes out, would you?
Yeah. I must not put that in very well. I think it's pretty good now.
Okay, you think you got her now? Well, go ahead and close her up. Let's check it out. Go ahead and plug her in once. Let's see how she runs. See if she makes any noise. Well, by golly, that's pretty dang quiet. You got her plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds real good this time. Good thing that tractor's running, otherwise we'd probably hear it knocking. Well, I think we got her. Let's come on over here, if you would, number one. Go around this side here and let's have a picture with our job well done and say hi to all the folks out there. And by golly, if you need any good mechanical work done on your washer or dryer, call me and number one. We'll do her. Thank you very much. We'll catch you later.
How about we wind it and start it over and we'll put our hands on it.
It's still running.
I know. Put our hands on it. And then
Number one, he's getting ready to, we just finished this washer and got her ready to take out to the customer, so go ahead and show him how our automatic truck works. Yes, indeed. This makes it a lot easier. Yeah. He gets her up where he wants her. Okay, I'm going to go give him a hand because he is, oh my God, look at here. Okay. Well, by golly, I tell you what, number one is all right. Okay, just let me see the expression on the face. Oh, number, let me see, what did you do there? Number one. Oh, no. Well, bring her back out there in the tailgate, and we better go through that and fix that again. Gee whiz, anyway, what?
sure enough.
What happened? Well, are you embarrassed to show the public what you done? Okay, we got he forgot to put a bolt in, looks like. Okay, just a second. He's got her loaded. Number one, that dryer, we're going to have to take and bring that in for repair. We got the washer done there now. That really looking good. Okay, you did a good job. Okay, go ahead and get the dryer ready and bring that in. Go ahead and put your dolly under that and get it ready. Go ahead. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, hey, by the way, let's clean up our work area here before you bring that one out, would you? Okay. Go ahead and bring your dolly down here and let's move some of this stuff around. Okay, good man. Yeah, we got such a mess around here. We got all the dang rags, junk, all this kind of stuff. We got to get this cleaned up a little bit here. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. All righty, I think we got everything all pretty much cleaned up here. Everything's looking pretty good. Roy, why don't you jump up in there and hit the button? Roy, where are you, Roy? Go ahead and hit the button, Roy. Hey, wait, Roy! Hey, Roy, wait! No, not yet. Roy, you hit the wrong button. Oh, no. What are we going to do now? Oh, my goodness. Anyway, what a mess this is.
You meant this button?
Yeah, the tailgate button, not the dump button, Roy. Oh, our washer we just fixed and everything. Oh, my God. Dang it, the luck. Anyway, now what are we going to do? Oh, man. Well, there's our number one mechanic. Anyway, I guess we start over. I think we're pretty much out of business. I think our car company, the KAR, went defunct. So that's the end. We're going to see what we're going to do. We're going to open business again. It's been a couple days and we're going to start a new business. And go ahead, sir, and get everything lined out. The old business was CAR, K-A-R. The new business is cared. So we really are going to try to take a little bit more care with the appliances. It's Klein's Appliance Repair, easily done. Whoopsie, sign fell off our truck. Well, we're having a little trouble here. We're getting organized though. Go ahead and put the sign up again, sir. We got to get that on there because if we're going to go out and make the rounds, why, we got to be organized here. Yeah, that looks pretty good on there. That looks good. We'll nail that on there with something. Okay, let's see here. Just a second. Okay, well, we lost our first company. We had a little bit of a problem with the first company, but
I think this one will be pretty good.
I think this second company's gonna work out pretty good. Yeah,
I'll listen.
we got the new worker is gonna be me.
The owner's me.
Yeah, we changed a little bit on that because we had to do a little bit of updating on a company. Okay, well, gonna try the new company.
Okay, the new owner, he's gonna go out and get a load of appliances, so we'll catch you guys later. Push your clutch in, owner. Okay, I think he's getting organized now. Yeah, he's got to go out and pick up a few more. We've been kind of hard on him. We need a couple extras. But anyway, he's going to go do that now. I think he thinks he's got an airplane. Oh, no, there he goes. Okay. The old truck seems to be holding together pretty good. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, he'll bring home a good load. Okie dokie, there he's gone. Here's our guard dog. She's been watching the place here for us. So, here we are. This is November 21st, 1993. We'll catch you on the second edition. Goodbye.